Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the one and only Dion from Dion Talk. How you doing, buddy?
Howdy, doing great. Ready for round three.
Awesome. So you found an interesting post on one of your many financial networks. Why don't you share it with us so we can discuss what's going on?
So I don't want to talk about the guy's name or call him out or anything because this is a situation a lot of people find themselves in. Mm-hmm. And I think you have called this, so I call it, probably from hearing it from you, the rat race trap.
Yes. Okay.
The cash flow game trap.
Yes.
So here's the idea. This was a question in a financial group. So they're looking for help. I totally understand it. Starts with, I have $350,000 in student loan debt.
Oh, 350 grand.
So the reason that we call this the trap is if you've played cash flow quadrant or cash flow the game, you've said several times you've played it, starting out as a doctor is one of the hardest ones to do because you have the biggest expenses.
No, I want to be very clear. So I played the game 100 times plus. It's a wonderful game. And I played the OG paper pencil version, right? If you really want to have fun with this, have every player be a doctor and then buckle up for several hours of work. It's hard.
So this person says, I don't have any money in savings. So they've been paying for what they can while they went through school, not able to save, racking up student loan debt.
Okay.
Just started their first job in the industry, making $115,000 a year. And the question is, how do I start my financial freedom journey? So it's a fair question by somebody who fell for the trap that most of us do as kids. Go to school, get good grades, get a good job, rack up a bunch of student loan debt, and then find a job to hopefully pay it off and invest and retire by 65 if you're lucky. I think the only negative thing I will have to say is truck drivers start out making $115,000 a year after 4 weeks of training with no student loan debt. So maybe if you're going to put that much debt into getting a career, you find a career that pays more. So if 115 is the starting year, hopefully there's a growth trajectory there that wasn't in the question.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, let's just hit that right now. I think Gen X, which I believe both of us are a part of, we were sold a bill of goods. In fact, one of my earliest memories, I don't have a lot of memories of childhood, thank God. But one of the memories I have is my mother dropping me off at grade school, basically saying something like, now, Michael, go to school, get good grades so you can get a good job and you can make a lot of money. Gen X, we were told that college was the answer. What we are seeing now with millennials and Gen Z is college is not the answer. The college story has been so perverted, so overpriced, so manipulated, such a negative ROI for too many, that now we have the president of the United States giving people like this gentleman who will get $20,000 or $10,000 or whatever it is, depending on Pell Grant or not. He'll get a credit because he's under the 125. Folks need to realize that trades, i.e. a truck driver with a 4-week training, could make what this guy's making. You could be an entrepreneur, AC. Anyways, you could do a lot better than racking up 350. And oh, by the way, you'd be in the career for 6 or 7 years already. You would already be up there. So again, I think college for our generation was sold as the answer for being rich. It is not the case. It has been perverted and manipulated, and prices are up, and it's just a horrible ROI. But let's throw that away now. I just had to get that off my chest. Let's go to this question. Dion, I believe this person has one chance for financial success. One. They need to execute Matt's 4-3-2-1. They need to get into a fourplex, 3.5%, 5% down. House hack. They need to house hack a fourplex. And then in 2 or 3 years, house hack a triplex. That's the only hope they have. Dude, $350,000 of debt, even if their salary doubles in 4 years, they're making $250 in 4 years or 6 years. I mean, you had just a somewhat interest rate on this. This thing is an anvil. You told me this. You have to go after your biggest expense, which is housing. This individual goes and house hacks a fourplex. They, in theory, could throw that extra $1,000 or $1,500 at the student debt if they wanted. That's the only chance they have. If they do anything else, they're screwed.
So here's my fear. And I don't know anything about this person. I've never interacted with them. I just saw the question. I thought, okay, it's a great question. Probably a lot of people have the same question. If they got into being this field, because they're not a doctor, they're working as a veterinarian, and this is their first job in that field. And so let's say it's just a person who wants to work with animals, wants to help cure animals, heal animals, whatever, but then find out about financial freedom. Those are two divergent paths.
Absolutely.
College makes sense if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be an accountant, if you want to be something where you're not looking at it, okay, so this investment in college for this amount of money is going to get me this money when I get out. It's not. It's going to get you into the field you want to work in. So if you love that field, that college might be the way to get there. I like driving. You could tell. What have I done for the last year? When I'm not working, drive all over the country. So it made sense to have a driving job. But so if you take that, this debt was to get the job that they want. And now they have the question of, how do I do financial freedom? You're right. The problem is if they fell for the trap of go to school, get a good job, work up my way up the ladder, eventually retire by 65, they probably are falling for the trap of, I'm a veterinarian. I can't be seen driving a 10-year-old car.
Yeah, I have to live in that neighborhood.
I can't live in a duplex. Are you kidding? My staff would never take me serious. Like, there's probably something going on like that. That's, when you make an assumption, you make an ass out of you, an umption, right? So let's not do that. But I'm thinking, if that's the case, they're not going to reach financial freedom.
No, again, I want to be very clear. They have one chance. I don't think they'll take it. I think their mental, again, I don't know this individual from Adam, so I'm projecting clearly. But there are a lot of people who get the white coat, which veterinarians have. They've earned it. And I say live in a fourplex. They're like, I can't do that. I can't be that close to money. I have to have this. I have the white coat. Well, you're financially screwed. Enjoy life.
So hopefully reaching out with that question, somebody responds with, and it's not a real estate group and it's not a house hacking group. So I think, and actually in that group, when house hacking comes up, you're kind of pushed out of the group. Because this is all stocks. Then this is all ride your bike to work and
make your coffee at home.
Frugality, your coffee at home. Right. So I'm in there to look for people who need help, that are asking the right questions. And I go, oh, maybe rentals, real estate, diversifying your asset class that way. I mean, it's a larger barrier to entry to, it's a down payment to get into real estate. It's a $5 investment to buy a stock on an app, right? So I get that it's a little easier to do that. But the amount of money invested in real estate to reach financial freedom, you're at zero.
Negative.
Right. Less than you've got more money back.
I've been paid money to build a portfolio over 20 years.
Me too. The only reason I don't say it that much is because all of the money that I've invested was about 320. There's 400,000 sitting in a savings account for the next investment. So I've been paid it back, but I'm going to put it to work because I like the cash flow. I don't care how much money is in an account. There could be $1 billion in an account. I would still mentally be thinking, I will spend that eventually.
Yeah.
What's coming in next
you
month?
You will invest it eventually.
Right.
Not
exactly.
Yeah. So again, I want to, if you're 25, 26, 28, and you've already made the decision and already signed up for the student debt, and you're coming out with 6 figures plus, I want to be very, very clear. I don't care if you're a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, an engineer, computer scientist. I don't care. Your only chance to get on the financial freedom is a 4-3-2-1 strategy popularized by Lumberjack Landlord. You must house hack. You must check your ego at the door. Now, and the beauty is, if you actually have the balls to do this, you could be financially free in 10 years. Just think about that. Even with the debt, because you're in a profession where your income will be higher in 2 years, 4 years, 6 years. You are not paying housing expense, whether you're in a fourplex, a triplex, or a duplex. You are going to stack paper. That student debt will be gone in 8 years, and you have a collection of assets that, you only have one chance. If you get in this, oh, I have the white coat, I've got to have the Beamer. Oh, I've got the white coat, I've got to have a new home. You're screwed. Just give it up. You're done.
Nope. If this person can do the 10 years like that, 4-3-2-1 house hacking, the benefits aren't just, the best benefit is reducing or eliminating our largest expense,
You
In a
see that
fourplex,
immediately.
in a fourplex, I was, when I first moved in before the binder strategy, I was making $1,700 a month in cash flow while living there. After the binder strategy, I'm making $2,500 a month to live here now. So there's that big of a difference between the person who wants the $3,000 mortgage because they need the big house to show off the white coat versus, yeah, I'm living in a unit. It's 1,200 square feet. I have my own garage, my own shed, my own driveway. Like, I don't ever see the neighbors, but if I was I was the president of a company, I don't care what people thought about where I lived. Financial freedom happened in 10 years.
Yeah.
Without the income trajectory of a veterinarian. So yeah, the truck driver makes the same going in, but they don't grow as fast. I don't know too many that make 300,000 a year. There's a few, but not many.
Yeah.
But with veterinarians, I'm sure that's a possibility, right?
Yeah, you build a practice or whatever. Yeah.
They might even reach financial freedom and have $400,000 in student loan debt when they're done, and can quit their job because they can generate the cash flow that will make the payments for the student loans and the healthcare, because it's an asset for every expense. His student loans or her student loans are just an expense.
Yeah.
Have an asset for it. It's like, I like to drive nice cars. I didn't for the first 8 years, but since then I've always had a nice car. And I have a duplex. When I purchased it, it was making a little over $800 a month. It's now really close to $1,500 a month. That's what I figure. That's how much car I can afford.
There you go.
1,500, I can get pretty much anything I want.
There you go. Well, Dion, this is a lot of fun. I love that you are always eager to help people. You chime into people that are really asking. Thank you for doing all that. Where can people find you?
Right here on YouTube, Dion Talk Financial Freedom, where every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, I do live streams and answer all the questions.
That is awesome. Thank you for all you do, buddy.
Ciao.